Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Delighted to be down here in Phoenix, Arizona, and with Marty Jertson from Ping.
Yeah.
Nice to see you, pal.
Yeah, great to see you. Great having you here.
It's
been a while.
Yeah.
We have not been down here, 5 years on the channel. We've not managed to get down here for testing at Ping headquarters.
That's right.
So this has been on our list to do for a long time.
It really has, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So not delighted, and we've got good reason to be down here. We've got lots of new product to talk about. We're going to focus a little bit on the irons this morning.
Yeah. If at Ping we only had to design one iron for the whole market, right, it would be this iron.
Okay.
So we're trying to do a lot of things in here that quite often contradict each other.
Right.
We want it to go far, but we want it to be hot, but not have hot spots.
Yeah.
Well, we need the iron to go high. We've seen a lot of distance-minded irons not spinning enough.
Totally.
Okay, so that's a huge priority. I know you guys see that in your testing. You go in there, you're hitting the iron, goes further, but it's just not spinning enough. You're not having a steep enough landing angle.
Yeah.
And irons like that also tend to introduce gapping issues.
Absolutely.
So maybe the long irons are going far, but then you got big gaps in your short irons. So G430, we wanted to address all those things. So these irons do have, kind of stronger loft than some of our precision irons like the 230s and the I-59s. But what happens while the ball is interacting with the face, we call it loft flexing. While the ball is interacting with the face, the top rail relaxes back and the ball launches up. So it relaxes back like you're jumping on a diving board.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then you get a tiny bit of also kind of a trampoline effect, a little bit, but it's mostly the loft flexing back that adds both ball speed and height or launch angle at the same time. So G425 badge is there to solve that problem of an iron that goes far but sounds good.
Right.
Okay. So it's got a lot of vibration damping characteristics, aluminum kind of badge to it.
Pretty rigid.
It's pretty stiff.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're talking about that kind of dive board, effect. We're talking about flexibility. We need flexibility if we're going to achieve that.
Exactly.
And when you feel that badging of 425.
Give that feel. Okay.
Yeah, not moving.
No.
So we ran a test with the 425 irons on our Pigman robot right there.
Yeah.
Without the badge in it, and we got way more ball speed.
Oh, really?
It was a little bit of a happy accident. Okay. We're
Yeah.
We had to do a test. We didn't have the badge in there, so it just showed how much extra stiffness was coming from that.
Yeah.
So, so we could have designed an iron with no badge, but it wouldn't have sounded good.
Right.
And it wouldn't have felt good. It wouldn't give you those good acoustics. So we got creative here, and we came up with a badge called Pure Flex, and this thing is totally flexible.
Oh, wow.
So it has all kinds of slits in it.
Yeah.
So
Multiple
it's a
directions.
multi-material badge, right?
That's cool.
So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different pieces, and this is like a living hinge.
Love that.
So now
really cool.
it's not restricting the flexing from the face, but we still get the great acoustics, and this iron sounds even better than the 425.
Yeah.
Our average player in player testing compared to 425 is hitting it 7 yards further and 5% higher peak height.
Those are some big movements. 5% higher peak, 2 miles an hour more ball speed. I mean, that's a fairly significant
It's a lot.
movement in performance.
In one model.
Yeah,
I
one
would
model.
say.
And then we've done some really cool things with the lofts. Okay, one thing we've looked at is having our relationship with Arcos, is that we know the clubs our Ping customers are playing on the golf course.
Yeah.
And we have, if they connect their Ping account and their Arcos account together, we can see where are they hitting shots on the golf course. And there's a lot of shots being hit between 140 yards and 160 yards.
Okay.
Regardless of your skill level. It's kind of this curve right here where you're hitting your approach shots in on par 3s, par 4s, and par 5s. And so as the iron goes further, if we would have had the 7 iron, the long irons going further and left the wedges the same, we would have created bigger distance gaps where golfers are hitting a majority of their shots on the golf course.
Right.
So we didn't want to do that. So we redesigned the kind of set configuration in terms of the offering to now go from, we make it a 4 iron, but I think most players will kind of be, starting their set around a 5 iron.
Yep.
So we go 5 through pitch. We strengthened the 9 and pitching wedge, and then we've added a 50 degree.
Right.
Okay, so it's going to be, most sets are going to go through 50 degree, then we're going to go 50, 54, 58.
Right.
Okay, so we've added one more wedge. This iron goes so far, we need to add another wedge in the back. Every once in a while you hit that tipping point.
And I think that's the thing, like with the development of an iron that's obviously gaining some distance. It's gaining all these things. We always talk about these things when we do product reviews, but you're doing it from a core foundation of scoring.
Yes.
Right? This is all based on lowering the scores for you guys. It's not just about on a launch monitor, how far does it go, looking at impressing the launch monitor with, you know, land angles and things like that. We're trying to kind of design a set here that fits within a set composition that allows people to lower their scores. All right, Matty boy, let's get some baseline numbers here. We've got your shaft on there, your Project X LS 125, standard length, 2 degrees flat.
Just like mine, yep.
Just like yours.
Yep.
We've got Pro V1X golf balls here. We've got some of the best range turf that we've ever hit off of.
Might as well be AstroTurf. Yeah,
this is immaculate for us out here.
Yeah.
Great place to do some tests. And so we're just going to look at some initial numbers, launch spin. Marty's man in the track man there, going to shout over some numbers to us and introduce us to some of these charts where we're going to see Matty's ball speed, launch, and we'll kind of be able to optimize and pick out what the spin rates should be.
I mean, it sounds really good. It's higher than my 7-iron, I can promise you that.
Quite a bit higher. Yeah,
Beauty.
I mean, that was
I would
really
love to
nice.
know the numbers on that.
Yeah, 15.4 launch, about 130 ball speed, 15.3 launch, 6,400 spin.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That is absolutely, you know, optimal numbers for me, for you, in terms of, I would have thought a good 7-iron is going to be about 130 ball speed.
Yep.
You know, spin, that's definitely higher than I would have thought you would have been.
Yeah.
What was the land angle now, Mark?
48.
48.
Wow. 48.
Beautiful.
So that's coming
So
down
landing
soft.
pretty steep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fraction thin.
Fraction thin, yeah.
That's what we talked about with that low CG.
Yeah.
But the flight was maybe the same height?
Yep.
As far as I could see.
Ball speed just dropped down a few miles an hour, but not much.
I mean, it's really, really nice.
Beautiful.
I think I'd have a lot of fun playing around a golf with a set of irons like this, to be honest.
Beautiful.
Everything we spoke about in the intro there, we've seen kind of come to life here.
Agree.
I think all of that sort of technology and performance that we sort of have hoped to see from it is definitely coming out. I'm being more and more convinced that more people need to, I think we should stop calling clubs game improvement.
Agreed.
Right? And in these sorts of terms, because it puts people, well, I'm not a game improvement player, why do I need that?
Yeah.
You know, these types of irons are producing, you know, they're more versatile than people give them credit for being. You know, we're doing fairway testing, we're doing, you know, nice drive, found the fairway, 180 yards, 85 yards out. Those numbers are great. Will we tee a few up now and get some numbers off the tee?
Yeah, no,
like a par 3 situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so good. It definitely came out of a higher part of
Seemed a little higher, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But I will say I didn't feel like the feel was worse a little bit higher in the head. It still felt quite pure, like very solid.
Yep.
That's nice.
That's a flatter flight there, isn't it?
That was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That one felt good.
That came out a little bit more kind of mid-40s on the land angle.
Yeah, right here. Yep, 46 in,
46.
93 on the peak height.
Beautiful.
We just ran some interesting analysis on this. I was curious, when it's windy, is it more important to control the spin or the peak height?
Right.
Oh, okay.
And between those two, it's more important to control the peak height.
Is that right?
Right. Now, if you're going to hit 2 shots that get to the same peak height, spin becomes dominant.
Got it.
But if you had to develop one skill as a player to play in the wind, just be able to manipulate the peak height regardless of how it gets there.
Right.
Interesting.
Right. So that's kind of an interesting nugget when you're evaluating. And I love, Ian, what you did, which is let's hit some different types of shots like you're going to hit them on the course.
Totally.
In the FIG environment, it's not just hit your stock one over and over, then you go play golf and you,
Yeah.
you got to manipulate it all these different ways. That becomes more important for a high skilled player.
Guys, really excited about this. We've got the woods to come, full line with that.
Yeah.
Lots of time with Marty and the team down here at Ping. So we're going to have a good couple of days.
It's going to be great.
Excellent. Stay tuned for more. We'll see you again soon.